Nico Collins has been locked up by the Houston Texans, $72 million and three quarters. There's some, I guess, some incentives in the deal that can bring it up to about 75. He's going to make about $24 million per year. It doesn't say yet. I haven't seen it reported if it's I'm assuming it's a tack on because he's in the final year of a $3 million deal. Like, why in the world would you crumble that up and throw it away?
No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't care how much you like your guys and you want to take care of your guys. I think that would be nonsense. That would be stupid to do that.
Yeah, so I think that this is a tack on. So 25, 26, 27 for Nico Collins. And like a texter said, it aligns perfectly with the contract of C.J. Stroud, which I think that Caserio, that's the main reason that Nick Caserio is doing that, which it makes some sense on that front. Totally makes a whole lot of sense when you think about it like that. 713-780-ESPN. Few textures on this. I prefer a higher AAV with less years. Seems like they had to up the annual cost to get less years for Nico. Maybe so. Now, like some of the other textures are pointing out that if you wait a year, you're looking at $27, $28 million per year. So, like, is that a higher AAV? Not necessarily. 8807, Devontae Adams in his prime or now? Give me Nico. Devontae Adams, I think, right. If they were lining up to play a football game tomorrow, give me Devontae Adams. And this isn't like to bang on Nico Collins. I think Nico Collins is a really good receiver. I think he's a top 10-ish receiver. But is he better than Devontae Adams? Come on.
Look, this is the haves and the have-nots. Devontae Adams can't be punished because of the fact that last season he didn't have a quarterback that was worth a darn throwing him the football, but because he was able to take a year with Carr as his quarterback and put up some pretty substantial numbers that even I questioned that BMAC had brought back at me and showed me the numbers that his first year with Carr, he made Carr look like a damn good quarterback when it came to putting up his individual numbers because they were stellar. They were fantastic. So he can't now get punished because he has Aiden McConnell or somebody else throwing Gardner Minshew's going to throw him the football. The fact is if you give him the same kind of quarterback that Nico has, I still believe Devontae Adams is one of the best receivers in this league.
Yeah, 713-780-ESPN HRP listener line. Devontae over Nico is crazy talk. I don't know why people are surprised about these takes. If anyone needs the cons part of the list, turn on the Killer Bees. This is kind of this is how sports work though. Like whenever you have a move in sports in your city, it's automatically everything is great. Everything is great. And quite frankly, I've learned my lesson for reacting that way. When Jose Abreu was signed, everybody, oh yeah, we love Jose Abreu. What's the conversation now about Jose Abreu? Because we didn't have these conversations then, to tell you the cold hard truth. Okay, well, Jose Abreu, you're signing him. He's in his late 30s. Okay, Jose Abreu's lost home run power. No one wants to hear the truth whenever things happen that are positive about their team. So, I mean, this is what the text are saying here. But there are some negative ways to view things, like pros and cons. And look, I'm not even that upset that Nico Collins signed that. I'm not upset at all. Would I have done it right now? No, I would have waited a year. Am I upset that they did it today? No, I'm okay with that. And I think Nico Collins is a top 10 receiver. I would have liked to wait another year. But I'm cool with it. I'm fine with it. Would I have done it? No. But at the same time, Nico Collins has played 3 years in the NFL. One of those was a good year. Nico Collins has played 3 years in the NFL, has never played every single game. Nico Collins, in his biggest year, had a really good quarterback. Is it going to continue? I think it will. I think that Nico Collins will continue to be good. Am I 100% confident in that? No, I'm not 100% confident in that.
Look, when you think about it, too, it's not just the Jose Abreu deal. The same thing was done when everybody wanted sunshine and rainbows blown at them because of the fact that they signed Josh Hader. And then when Josh Hader got off to a slow start this year, everybody started losing their freaking mind, and everybody started going, what the hell were they doing? Why were they spending the money? What were they thinking? And who made the deal? Everybody wanted someone's butt on the chopping block because of when the deals were done. It's the way sports works. It's the way what we do works, too. We're trying to be realistic in saying we're not going to just sit there and feed you red and blue Kool-Aid and make you believe that the sun is actually purple when it's yellow. We're going to talk about both sides of the equation so that realistically we can figure out, is it a good deal? Is it a bad deal? What are we looking for going forward to make sure that the Texans came up on the right side of this? We looked at the Jordan deal and we said to you, this is a deal, because no matter what he does, if he's consistent with what he's been doing, this could be a massive savings for the Astros, and it was something that he was on board doing. but you have to analyze both sides of it, and you have to look at the reality of the entire situation, not just with Texans blue glasses on.
Like Blanker said, Nico had terrible quarterback play his first 2 years. Can't hold it against him, right? This is one that I struggle with because good receivers usually put up good numbers despite who their quarterback is. Look at Andre Johnson. Look at DeAndre Hopkins. And in Davis Mills' rookie season, Brandon Cooks had 90 catches for over 1,000 yards. So, like, yes, Davis Mills was his quarterback, but it doesn't mean that receivers just will not produce if that's the case. Brandon Cooks had 90 catches and caught, for over 1,000 yards with Davis Mills as a rookie. So should Nico have produced more? I don't know. He's a rookie, blah, 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 blah. But the bad, he's got a bad quarterback. He's not going to put numbers. Okay. Like a lot of receivers have done that. 713-780-ESPN. HR&P listener line, 713-780-3776. Diggs is going to want a lot more. I don't think Diggs is going to be a Houston Texan beyond this year. And I was 95% there. I think this might put me at 99% there.
This deal basically solidified it in my mind.
The only way is if he's like, I love it here so much, I'm willing to do business with you guys.
Yeah, if he let you the culture, the winning, if they win, if he feels like this is going to be sustainable for the bigger picture for a longer period of time, and they're gonna at least do him a solid financially, even if they don't break the bank. Like he might be like he's made a bunch of money, he wants to win. It's a possibility. But I think this deal for me, the minute that we heard about it, the first thing I thought about it is, well, Diggs is one and done.
Yeah, 713-780-ESPN. All of these moves just to lose to the Ravens and the Chiefs. These kind of texts annoy me because it's like, what do you want a team to do? Like Ravens and Chiefs, yes, they're better. They're better than the Texans. But do you think they should just fold camp, just roll over, do nothing to better their team? They should just be like, you're a free agent. You go ahead and leave. Oh, you're pending. We're not going to do business. What if Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes sprain their ankles in the playoffs this year and can't continue? You have to put your team in position to succeed. Are the Ravens and Chiefs better than the Texans? Yes. Does Nick Caserio have to build the best roster in case there's an opportunity for one of those quarterbacks to be hurt? Or maybe you pull an upset. Maybe you pull an upset and beat one of those teams, despite their quarterback not being hurt. Should a team just not try because other teams might have a better roster?
That's asinine because of the fact that I would say the Chiefs they're the Super Bowl champs. They're the reigning champs, the two-time champs. They deserve to be put on the top of every list. Yes, the Ravens had your number last year. You improved across the board, all the way around your roster. And the last thing you want to do is just accept defeat, accept the fact that why are the Ravens going to be better than you for the next 3 to 5 years? You can look at what's coming down the pike for this season. You can look at who's on your schedule this year and say those are probably the two best teams that you're going to face. They are the upper echelon. But why can't you be there too? Did you spend all this money and do all this stuff between free agency, the draft, and the trades just so that you could twiddle your thumbs and say, hey, we're happy to be here, and if we make the playoffs or win the division, yippee for me? No, because if you're not there yet, that's who you want to be. You want to emulate them. You want to beat them. You want to get to where they are. Maybe it doesn't happen in this next year, but they already turned the corner faster and made more progress than we expected. Now you look at them and say, even if it doesn't happen this next season, for the next 3 to 5 years, I don't even need to worry. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm worried about if one of the other guys on another team gets hurt. If I think that this thing is going in the right direction with the right coaching and the right people putting players in place, there's no reason to believe in 2 years from now they might be one of those teams.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Corey says always look back at the Gallup deal as a wide receiver who had a really good year and then got the big contract. I think Nico is better than Gallup was, especially.
And Gallup got hurt.
Yeah. I mean that's part of the risk of signing a long-term contract, though. Now, I also don't know how talented Gallup was.
No, I wouldn't have put Gallup. Look, we're talking about where does Nico fit in the top 15 receivers. Let's just say for ballpark, the top 15 receivers in the league. I never thought Gallup was in the top 25 in this league.
I thought Gallup was a nice piece. I never thought Gallup was like this, oh my goodness, got to have him wide receiver.